Hello everyone. We will introduce the relationship between culture and emotions. Our group members, 马润泽、焦栋、中超、郑成亮 and 庄轩. This is contents. We have 12 topics. The first one is introduce. Okay, I will introduce the different culture and emotion. Culture is the culture of beliefs, value, behaviors, and symbols that are shared within a society, include not only external features such as language, art, and customers, but also internal social norms and value system. Emotions. Emotion is a subjective, social experience that reflects people's attitudes toward events or others. It includes basic emotions such as happiness, anger, sadness, fear, as well as more complex emotions such as shame, pride, and compensation. Emotional has physical, cognitive, and behavioral aspects. For example, when a person is angry, he or she may blush, have a reason, hurt, and show aggression. The next is the influence and importance of the culture and emotion. Significant. Culture and emotions are important focus in understanding human relationships and the social interaction in the context of the globalization. Difference in emotional experience between different cultures often lead to misunderstandings. So understanding this difference is culture. Influence have 3 points: emotional experience and emotional perception and emotional experience. The first one, in Western culture, public experience of emotional are generally considered normal, while in Eastern cultures, emotional experience tend to be more reserved, especially in public. The second, culture also influence how people perceive the emotions of others. In some cultures, smiling is considered polite, while in others, smiling may only experience kindness or politeness in certain situations. The third, culture shapes people's experience of emotions. For example, people in collective cultures may be more likely to experience emotions that is not emotional with others, such as compensation and belonging. Individualist culture may place more value on emotional experience or individual independence, such as pride and accomplishment. Okay, next.
Okay, for cultural differences and emotional experience. The first one, cross-cultural compression of emotional experience. Uh, we have to we have to 2 point. The first one, study partners of emotional experience. Different cultures have varying levels of acceptance and modes of emotion experience. For example, in Western cultures, emotional experience uh, is more open, especially for positive emotions, such as joy. In some Asian cultures, experience is more restricted, and negative emotions, such as sadness, are often surprised. For two point differences in experiences, uh, studying faculty experiences, tone of what voice and gestures in different cultural groups provides insight into cultural norms around emotional expression. For instance, in Japanese and culture, sibling can carry partners or serve as a mark, whereas in American culture, it is often a sign of gain emotion. Okay, next. Uh, we have a second uh, cultural differences in emotion experience. Uh, the first one in differences in current emotion experiences. People from different cultural backgrounds often respond emotionally to the same situation differently. For example, Western cultures empathise senses certificate from personal achievement, whereas cultures may place more value on relationships. For two parents, is in sentence and duration. of emotions. Research indicates that cultural groups vary in in the intensity and the duration of emotional experience. Emotion in Western culture may be stronger and more enduring, while in Eastern Asian cultures, emotions are often immediately and quickly regulated. Further, understanding the role of cultural background in emotional experiences.
Okay, so I will introduce how does culture influences emotion experience. Uh, the first differences in emotional values and different cultural backgrounds. The difference of emotional values will affect people's experience and expression of emotions. For example, American control emphasizes personal achievements and pride, and successful individuals tend to generate positive emotions. But Chinese control values collective achievement and humility more, and individuals tend to be low-key. Second, control context influences emotional triggers. Different cultures define emotional triggers differently, and actions or words that may trigger emotions in some cultures may have no effect in others. For example, in some Western controls, like university state, unit states, experience one's option directly is considered a sign of respect and time saving. But in some East Asian controls like Japan, it's more like to disrupting harmonious interruptional relationships. Next. Culture largely influences how people experience, express, and understand emotions. We need to respect and understand how people in different cultures experience and express emotions to enable small communication.
Okay, so let's talk about the language and emotion expressions. So first we need to know there's a question why we need to use language to show our emotion. First, it's really easy to understanding because in the human being, we are really hard to show our experience in the society. So what should we do? We create language, we create vocabulary to show our experience like happiness, angry, sadness, such like this. Clearly our emotion to let other people to know our emotion, what it is. So that we will create some vocabulary for people to use it to let people understand it. Next page. So unique experience both by difference in emotion vocabulary. So how can we show this? Like in Japan, people use ama to show they are trusted, but maybe they have other meanings in this vocabulary. But in Japan, they use this word to show they're trusted. Like what else? In Han, Korea, this is a word to show their sadness. It makes me angry, but in society we can't show this. So we create this word to show our experience by this word, so that we can shows there are different countries with different culture, different language for the people. Next page. And how language shape emotional experiment. It's really easy to understand it because we use the language to, we use a language. It's not only just a word to show our experience emotionally, it also to shows this emotion is actually come true in the society. So that if we create more vocabulary about the emotional, we can experience more about it. We will try to solve into this experiments. Like if you know the word lethargy, then you will try to come true this vocabulary, to come true this word. So you will work hard and work tired, and then you will feel lethargy. So that you can experience more about this emotion. So if we don't have enough language, like a limitation of language, then you will feel less than other countries, such as in some of the country, they have less emotional word. So in the people, they only have happy, sad, angry, such cry, like this emotion. They are less than maybe another more vocabulary country, like sadness, faithful, like this. Next page. So the culture and the differences in emotion experiments, it can really shows that they got different type of different type of country, they will show their emotion in different way. Just like in American, they would like to show their emotional shortly. Just say, I'm feel sad, I feel happy. I didn't think you're doing is great. So they will show that shortly. But in Japan, it's different with American. They just like to make a long word to let you to realize that I'm thinking about this, but not you. I just told you I had this emotion. So it's the different cultures between the emotions. These are connected, and also by using the different way to show your emotion in the different culture. That's all.
All right, so thank you. So for conclusion, for the main mic, next page. Thank you. All right, so we can see the overall direction of our discussion on this topic. And from the comparative infographic, so we can see this like groundwork. So next page. Next slide. Okay. So my friend already introduced it before. Maybe you have some confused. So we can see the culture had a comprehensive impact on emotional expressions, perception, and experience. So the fifth shows that how culture influenced the outward expression of emotions. So next. In summary, culture profoundly affects how emotions are expressed, perceived, and regulated. Cross-cultural understanding can effectively promote communication and cooperation, and the combination of cultural sensitivity and emotion management skills can further enhance the effects of cross-cultural communication. So also, I hope that in future communication with cultural acumen and emotional wisdom, we can establish, develop understanding and cooperation. So thank you for your listening. That's all.